Welcome to Inside Outboards with your host, Kodibass. Hello, all you Cody hackers. Big hello to all you new subscribers stopping in and joining us here. Okay, in my last video, excuse me, starting to sound like old Fred out there. In the last video, I brought in our victim, our newest victim, which is a little 9.9 4-stroke YAMAHA. I don't know the year. Never really looked. But I'm guessing 99, 2000, something like that ish. But like many of these old 9.9s, 15 Yammies of the era, Yamaha was using some questionable aluminum. And that stuff, I can't tell you how many of these I've had come in here with these tiller handles stuck in the up position or the halfway position, and there's no moving them. And there's, that I've seen, there's no successful proper way to get them apart. In other words, you will be doing destructive disrepair. That's what you will be doing. You are going to have to do some cutting, hammering, and this and that to get them apart. And then once you get them apart, there's normally not enough left of the original tiller to go back with. But that's what I wanted to try. I want to see if I can coax this thing apart, which in our last video we did that, and I got it apart destructively, but I saved the tiller handle itself. And so what we're going to do in this video is see if we can piece this thing back together so that it is somewhat correct, at least by function, and looks hopefully somewhat decent. So that's the goal in this video, and so I say let's get at it. Need something a little sharper. What do I got? I think that's aluminum. It's part of it's made. I'll have to get a better look. Look at that thing in there. Okay, what I've done is drilled a series of holes on this piece that's still stuck in there. This piece, I guess, got corroded all the way, about a half moon shape. But there's a half moon shape left. So I drilled a series of holes right next to each other. Then I'm going to see if I can find some kind of, this one will probably do it. Get me a little wood chisel. See if that'll break out of there now. Man. That's kind of working. Kind of. Let's see, if I break this part, I'm not going to be in good shape. Well, did I break it? Nope. But I don't want to punch all the way through it either. Let me think about this a little bit more. Well, when all else fails, Diablo. So what I did was I took one of my discs that was almost wore out, and I took these shears and I sheared around and made it about the size of that hole there, a little smaller. So when all else fails, for sakes of Pete, not Diablo. Yep. Diablo. That's where we're going. Getting there. It's gonna take a minute or two, but it's working. Well, my little disc is all but gone, but that's looking a lot better. It's a lot thinner now. And I think we can work with that. I don't think you guys will be able to see up in there, but I'll try. You can see that lip there, but I'm thinking I can just put a little something right there, a little rubber something, O-ring or something, and that'll be good enough for our application. All it's got to do is lift up and down. It don't have to spin round and round or anything, so I'll be back. There's the bald eagles. Hey there, buddy. Brave little crow right there, because them bald eagles will eat them crows. That's all I got, buddy. Ain't got no more. And the crows will come in and vacuum up the little teeny pieces. Come over here and get you a crow. Okay, now these hanger kickers, the ones that just hang out on the back of a bigger boat as their trolling motor, slant bar, emergency kicker to get them back home if something goes wrong with their big 200, 150, 225 main. I'm going to show you what this salt does. You understand? To one of these hangers. I managed to get the screw out of the end of this. Right there. I had to dig it out a little bit, the rubber, so I could get the screwdriver down in there. But I got that off. Here's what you're dealing with. Look at the amount of that salt. You see that? It's like a salt mine. Just eats it up. Just eats it up, just gets down in there, and you can tell this little tiller handle hasn't been moved in forever. So I'm going to clean this up, but I'm going to show you another little miracle here though. Yeah. In places, this white powdery crap's probably an 1/8 inch thick on this thing. Alright, so, but I want to show you something. Here's the other end of the cable. You see that? That cable's still good. Watch the end of the cable here. So, after I dig all of this, oh yeah, there's the Kodiak nest is in there too. There we come, there comes some nice creepy crawlies and stuff in there, I'm sure. Evilly. So I'm going to clean this up and take a closer look at this cable. It's got one little skint part there, right? Just put some heat shrink or something over that. It seems to be working okay, so I just got to get this all cleaned up, lubed up, and good to go. I'll be back. All right, here are the different pieces. I took the cable out and cleaned up this one end on it, and the cable's actually pretty nice. So I'll reuse that, I'm guessing. Here's what the inside, I cleaned this one up a little bit, just scraped it. But, yeah. That goes like that. And there's a little screw, goes right in there. There's 2 screws and 2 nuts that hold this part together. But I got to do something about this and everything. And I got something in mind, so I'll be back. All right. Here's some of the pieces. Here's what I'm thinking. Remember, I grind that. I cut a slot in the back. That's going to be for the cable to feed through. It used to feed through here, but it's going to feed through the back now. So up through here, my bushing, through there, and then I'll need to get a shorter bolt. But you're getting the idea. Yeah. And you can see how this thing is kind of sliced at an angle that way, so I'm going to make a little piece of aluminum or something that allows this all to come together flat. Then a little paint on there. The cable will run right through where it's supposed to, over top of this bolt here, around under here, up through here, and then through there. Piece of cake! Well, we all know what it means when I wear the hat. It means somebody came bearing the gifts. So, it is Christmas in February. And this one that I got is a good one. Now, it's going to look a little rough, but I don't care. This is a good one. Let's go look. There it is. A Suzuki DT 35 two-stroker. I'm guessing it's probably about a 89. I don't know if you can tell just by reading these numbers. There's an... Sometimes it'll tell me what... It says 80 something there, but I can't tell. It's all boogered up. But yeah, it's probably around 88, 89. Oil injected. Now, essentially, this is the same engine that I have on my Bay Runner skiff. Sorta. It has the oil injection on it, which I will probably remove because of its age.
I just don't put a whole lot of faith in a 30-year-old oil injection system. But it does have it, and I'll show you that. And like I said, it's, for the most part, the same engine I have. I have a DT40, about the same year, on my Bay Runner skiff. This is essentially the same engine. There's either going to be a restrictor plate behind the carburetor or a different jetting, different jets in the carburetor. And I think that's about the only difference between the two. It does pull over. It feels like it's got real good compression. And these are real good motors. Now, if you notice, there's something missing if you think about how I run my Bay Runner skiff. Well, both my skiffs. Do you know what it is? Well, if you notice, there's no tiller handle. Yeah. And so normally what that means she's going to need a good bath. Yeah, that's for sure. She's dirty. Got the old Kodiak green mold and everything all over it. They put one of those hydrofoil fins on it, which for my Bay Runner skiff I won't need. But I was excited about this motor because of right when the fella brought it to me, I noticed it didn't have a tiller, and I thought, yep. And that confirmed it when I seen those wires sticking out of the side. I said to myself, in addition to this here pull start, it's all dry rotted. She's got good compression, but if you'll notice, it's got the pull start, and there's the electric starter and bracket. That's why I was excited about it. This thing's already set up to charge your battery. It's got the bracket, it's got the starter, it's got the pull start. Like I said, I'll get rid of the oil injection. I just don't trust an oil injection system that old. But it's set up with the rectifier and all that to charge your battery. And that lower unit, I'm going to have to drop it. That's all froze up, it seems like. I do have the controls and all with it, but I think I'm going to set it up for tiller. Yeah, that's just corrosion. Yeah, that's all froze. I'll have to take all that apart. She's a little dirty in there, but it ain't that bad, really. And, yeah, I was really excited to get this one. Yeah, that carburetor's pretty dirty. And, gosh, I think I'm going to set it back up with a tiller. I don't know, though. Not 100% sure yet how it'll go. But there it is. A DT35 twin cylinder single carb. Yep. So, like I said, she's dirty. But that's what they make soap degreaser super clean for, is to make that look a whole lot better. It also has what they call the shallow drive bracket down there, so you can cock the engine at about half tilt and run it that way. And I'll get out here as soon as we get some sunshine and clean that all up. And if I wanted to, here's the control box for it.
and the cables and whatnot. The electrical harness. It's a nice long one too. So I've got that, but
I think, like I said, I'm leaning toward the tiller handle. It looks to me like, I don't know if somebody just greased all this up with way too much grease or what, or if that oil injection unit was leaking or something. But it pulls over nice, got real good thumping compression, so of course we'll have to get a fax check on it and all that, but I was excited to get this because I really like these older DT series two-stroke Suzukis. So, it's Christmas in February.
okay, I cut a little slot right here with Diablo. I'm gonna put a washer in that slot, drill this to the size bolt I need, and then go through there with a bolt. Yeah, something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Here's what I got to work with. These are some of the bushings and different things I went out in my Conics and got. Stuff like this. Then that will fit along with the handle. You know, this bolt will be out like that through the handle. And remember, I left a little lip on that other part of the tiller, so it'll catch right in here, and then I'll bolt everything together. So this is what I came up with. And these are part of an old shock absorber. This is a thrust washer. That's a thrust washer. So I've got this nylon thing here. It's, you know, the knuckle for the throttle upriser. I was thinking I could cut this tooth part off, and that fits in there nice too, and it fits my bolt as well. So, and these are the top of the shocks things. Couple O-rings, nylock. That's what, oh yeah, and this little guy. So that's what I'm working with. We'll carry on. I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and took a wrench and tightened this up a little bit. There's a gap in here that can be corrected with shims and stuff. I can make the shims myself out of aluminum, nylon, whatever. So that can be kind of straightened out. Of course, I don't have, you know, the guts and all back on it yet. But it will do, I think. Like I said, I want some shims in here. It will do what it's supposed to do. This is temporary. It will look a lot better. I want to build a little thing here so that it's straight. But it's, you know, it's good and tight. And then this is going to function a little better. I'm going to hit it with my wire wheel right over there and clean that up even more. So, you know, like I said, that's where I'm going. That's the thought process. I had to make, you know, a few bushings and cut them down, and I still got quite a lot to work with here. And of course I got a lot more, but I still got quite a lot of me bushings and such, you know. All this here, all these bits. Yeah, so, and I was able to get this apart, and therein lies the problem a lot of times. How much time do you want to do doing a very destructive disassembly on one of these? But I got this one apart. I mean, I got it apart as it should come apart. Just unscrewing the things. I did have to heat a couple of the screws to get it apart, but I got it apart. So, we are making progress, I would say, with this little 9.9. You understand? And we'll keep moving along, but I think this one's probably getting a little bit long. And I got the cable right here soaking. I've been putting penetrate, let it drip down into my garbage can. So I'm going to keep doing that for a few hours, get that cable real loose. It's totally reusable. There's just one little skint spot in there, and I can take care of that. And this is looking good. I still got a lot of bits, and I think we can, you know, tweak it and straighten it. Boom, boom. That's where I'm going with it. You got some ideas or such? Put them down there. And do me a favor. Pretty place, oh, pretty place with a cherry on top. Hit that like and subscribe. Well, this one's going to be a wrap right about here. And as always, that is one more hack from Kodiak. Thanks for watching.
More vids are coming on Inside Outboards with your host, Kodibass.